words and pictures together, you can either have them they can come together and go apart and kind of cross over. So sometimes you'll get things where the words and the pictures are in synchronicity, and other times when they're in juxtaposition and almost at cross purposes, so that you've got different levels of meaning that come in.
It's all contrast. You can put like an overstatement in image, and you put understatement in words next to it. But if you do both, it's kind of, they cancel each other out.
And it's the same thing with what you're saying about the edge. It's like I have, and I think we've kind of all experienced this, is that the idea of the tail wagging the dog. I've had different people come to me and say, we want to do something really innovative. We want to do something really creative and edgy. And, I mean,
so do that thing that you already did before 10 years ago.
It's like, they want, and yet when you do it, and you do something new and edgy, a lot of times they'll go, well, we didn't want that.
And you're like, that's because it's new and edgy.
Yeah, exactly.
We want what was edgy 10 years ago.
Right, and the thing is that, it's like, well, remember all the stuff that you really want, like, said this is the stuff that we want. At the time that was done, was...
My editors then reacted just the way you're reacting now. So realize that 10 years from now you're going to like this.
And you can't go into it, you have to really decide to do it with a level of integrity and of what, like David's saying, about trying to do something that is rewarding and connecting with an audience, as opposed to an audience of, say, 2 million. If you have a really great conversation with 200 people, that's really wonderful. And so the idea of coming in and doing something edgy and innovative, that's like, Dave and I talked about this before, it's like saying, I'm going to sit down and do a masterpiece today. It isn't for you to decide, and it either happens or it doesn't. And so I think the work has to be of itself important and worth telling to you and to other people to receive, and in that way it will either be viewed as innovative or edgy or universal in terms of it all comes down to the story first. So otherwise it becomes pure cynicism, and I think that in those cases those tend to be the first ones that sort of kind of get washed aside, and they feel kind of like a Michael Bay film. It's like if you know what I mean, and as opposed to someone like a David Lynch or a David Fincher film or something like that. I mean,
I think I know what you mean in a sense, where certain kind of stories, they have everything worked out ahead of time, and someone like a David Lynch, you can tell sometimes he's making